changes to my layout, so I can hopefully better stay on top of any madness that ensues. That said, I don't really expect to have 800 viewers on a regular basis, so yeah. So grits. I'm actually going to be using polenta for this, but it's going to be good. I couldn't find any white grits, and I understand there's a difference in flavour and texture. I guess it's kind of like the difference between white corn chips and yellow corn chips. I guess we're going to find out. What's been happening, Arctic? How's life on the road? Life on the dang road. Yeah, it was like 800 and something at its peak. Like 70 new subscribers. Like almost 100 new followers. It was just absolutely out of control. Panda reckons there's a big difference. Yeah, I mean grits is not a common thing in Australia. You probably could order from a specialty place, but it's certainly so. Illuminauts is one of the new new community members from those series of raids. It makes me tired just thinking about it, and I felt so bad because I couldn't keep up with all of the subs and all the cheers and everything. It was just too much. I really could not, physically couldn't keep up with with everything. What's the good word, Luminauts? What are you having for dinner this evening? Let's make the onion ring mixtures. See, your perseverance pays off, Evie. Yeah, and then, my follower and my subscriber reward animations and stuff, they're really designed just for a small stream, and so when you have that many constantly going, it's enough to freak Boomshine, our mod, out so much that he actually calls me on the phone during the stream. But there was nothing I could do. Luminauts had the chicken nuggies. I do like a good nug.
We had frozen fish too.
Yeah, we had frozen fish, frozen chips, and a simple salad. No judgment here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be a big streamer after all that. Arctic was up in North Dakota. Spreading the good word on the stock front. And then it's just made gumbo with your gumbo recipe. Do we know your gumbo recipe? We were talking about gumbo at some point on Wednesday. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. It was a party. It's a big stream when people message you and call on the phone afterwards. Yeah, very gratifying and so generous. It's just It's just a lot of money that people are willing to throw out there, and I can assure you that it all goes back into improving the stream, so we all reap the benefits. But yeah, it's the generosity of strangers. Where's my salt? Yeah, I've seen those dinosaur nuggets, but I've never actually seen them. Invest in stock, yes. Wise, Monty, wise. Panda had a kimchi stew. Yeah. Yeah. Were you around when we did the kimchi pancakes? I'm tempted to make my own kimchi this year. No, we didn't. Arctic's a bit further. He's not. Yeah. Not California based. But yeah. Next time we come, there's definitely a bunch of people that I would like to meet. First thing would just be like seeing Wolfie. Much more achievable. Yeah, for this iteration of my online presence, I've never met anyone that I've known digitally. It's happened a couple of times in the past for other reasons, but not for a long time. So, and I think food is a good sort of, it's a good place and a good topic to start from. Yeah, I've reached out to Mr. Sark to thank him again. Because I only got around to watching the VOD this afternoon. Wolfie is here. Welcome back, Wolfie. How is it hanging, if that's still a term we use these days? So for reference, I've used 2 cups of strong flour, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, pepper, and salt. For the flour dredge. Now what I'm going to do is something I've never done before, and this is playing into what we, I don't need to use. I watched the Kent Rowlands video on crispy onion rings, and I'm sold on trying his technique. So technically this is not a Chattanoogan recipe, as we learnt last night. I can't remember who said, but apparently he's an Oklahomian. It's from Oklahoma. Wolfie is exhausted, busy day, yes. Yeah, I was late to the stream because I was caught on a work call. Milk. Sour cream. And then the weird one. And the weird one. Honey? Oklahoma. I know, like, Okie was, maybe still is, it like a derogatory term. Sort of during the Dust Bowl era. And so where you had a lot of immigration out from Oklahoma to Texas and other places because the farms were all not doing their thing. Sort of you have very poor people coming from Oklahoma, and so when you say someone's an Okie, it means they're a poor person, I guess. That is my understanding. Wolfie's back on his clean the house mission. We did that last weekend. And then both of the social events that we'd planned didn't happen. So it just meant we had a clean house for like a couple of days. Well, it's still pretty clean.
I have been.
Yeah. Shelley's been utilising her newfound freedom.
I think I've just been procrastinating.
I don't know what washing a dog takes, but sounds smelly. Did we talk about robot vacuums? I feel like we must have talked about robot vacuums. Oh yeah. So what does that actually taste like? Yeah, you could. I'd be happy to drink that. I woke up the smelly dog. Fortunately, I've never had to do it. Because cats do it themselves. Most of the time. Did they ever go to like puppy school, or like have you trained them? I remember when we first got Sooty and I watched a whole bunch of videos on training a cat, and then I gave up on that idea pretty quickly. Oh yeah, it's like when I washed the Arduino in the bathtub, and yeah, exactly, it's like my lower lumbar, which has been really sore recently from all this sitting at work nonsense that I have to do. It's just not right. It said so. We are moving into a brand new building in the city, our entire department, and saw some photos of it today. Looks like a nice place. It's even got like this little bike. What would you call it? Like for e-scooters or bikes or e-bikes, there's like this little channel that you by the stairs, so when you get to the top at the building, you put your bike on this little rack thing, and it clips in, and then it automatically takes your bike down or up. I don't know how better to explain that. Charge stations. Yeah, well, charge stations as well, but it's like it sort of runs parallel to the stairs, and so to get up out of the basement onto the street level, yeah, you just clip your bike into this rail, and then it's kind of like those electric chairs for old people that take them up the stairs, but for a bike. I've never seen one of them before. Anyway, that was cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So we're moving to a fully, flexible workspace sort of thing. Like, this, it's the current. It's on trend. It looks nice to me, and it is a brand new building, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Just parking, because they are. So for those who don't live in Canberra, we're slowly building a light rail system within the city, and it subject to a severe amount of debate between supporters and opposers, but they're just starting the second phase of it to lay the rails in through the main CBD, and it is going to cause a huge amount of disruption to traffic, but also the parking. So Canberra is pretty difficult when it comes to parking in the city centre, and it's going to be even more difficult because they're decommissioning a stack of car parks to use for like building the light rail. I think the light rail is a good idea, but look, if you come to Canberra, don't expect to get a park if you go into the city at 9 a.m. That's what I'm saying. We actually haven't been on the light rail yet because it doesn't go anywhere I need to go. But it's a good idea because it's just more and more cars all the time. They widen the roads, more cars go in roads. I was stuck. It took me 30 minutes to get about 3 kilometers the Monday before last. It's not how I drive. It's not for me. Like on a weekend, I can leave here, like drive out of the driveway from this house, and I can be at my office door, the building, in about 12 minutes. Peak hour, it takes almost an hour. Can't stand for it. Mono. Mono stands for mono. Oi! That's Carl was just going in for the dairy. I see you, Carl. I think we've got the same walking rate, Wolfie. A leisurely pace is about 1 kilometre every 10 minutes. Somebody send Shelley back to school. Okay. You tried.
It's the Simpsons reference, goddammit. You can post memes in chat.
Yeah.
One of the efficiencies.
You might have to tweet at Twitch dev team and see what laughter we would have if Shelley could post memes.
What laughter I
5.5 k's an hour and rushing up to 6.5. Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. Absolutely. Wow, I'm finding it really quite difficult to just immediately switch brain from work to stream. Normally I have a bit more time to think about it. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah, Wolfie's just spotted DC Panda has just spotted a new emote that was unlocked thanks to the generosity of everyone who raided on Wednesday. So we do have a new one. You see Sooty Love. You will see... Now we have Sooty Marge as well. Ho. And we do also have the awesome IFTTT screen cap that Zoidenberger took the time. So many sooties. So many sooty options. For about 1.5 cups. That's 1.5 cups. So these are ginger nuts. Sorry, I didn't even say what I was doing. We are going to do the ginger pear crumble here this evening. This is a side dish of warm, spicy pears, and it's a specialty of Mrs. Gordon Smith. Good on it. It is especially good served along with baked ham. I don't know about that.
Are you
No. There you go. Alright, well, you tell me if this... So we've got ginger snaps, we've got brown sugar, salt, butter, pears and lemon juice. Serve it alongside some baked ham. Would you like that?
I would.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, applesauce.
I guess so. Chocolate ripple cake, yes. I love ginger nuts as well. And you make one with... Oh! No. Interesting. I like that idea. Alright, Shelley, take note.
I have.
She has. Interesting. Gotta make note of all these things. Now, I'm just crunching them down because I'm going to put them in the wazzer. So these are, they're kind of like, well, they're ginger crisps, but they're thicker and really crunchy. They're sort of supposed to be dipped in tea, although I don't. Many people do.
I like dipping them in wine also.
And Shelley's dipping hers in her wine.
It is Friday after all.
It is Friday. So I talked to Boomshine a bit and then to Shelley in relation to how I would better manage 800 viewers. And I was toying with the idea of like a crisis protocol button that turns off some of the alerts, but then it also cuts into, there'll be another camera that drops down below my face cam here. And then that will tune in with some static, and that'll be Shelley with a headset on, and then she will manage all of the newcomers and passing on our combined appreciation for anyone who donates or subscribes. Because, yeah, there was no way I could keep up. But recording suggestions like Wolfie's is another part of that job description. Like ginger snaps, yeah, but much harder, I guess is the word. Like, yeah, Wolfie, I should have made you... Are you a mod? You should be a mod if you're not a mod. I don't know how that would have helped, but we should do that anyway. Or we could go, yeah, remote crisis protocol, Wolfie engaged. Fortunately, I don't think it'll happen on a regular basis, so...
Q being rated right now. Because that was the funniest part about it too, is that you walked away.
Yeah, I literally walked away while hundreds of people just poured in. It's like, well, that's what you get. Oh, man. Sorry. It was turning them into a dust. I don't like that. Another thing I was toying with was hooking my KitchenAid up to Touch Portal so that people can, yeah, spend channel points to like start mixing the dough. Yeah, well, you know, like after reflecting on it a little bit, I think it's good practice for like public speaking, I've decided. Not that I actually need to do that particularly regularly. Oh, you are? Oh, how are they? So how are they gonna do that? Like just joined by Skype or something? Why won't they break down? Oh, they're coming down for PAX. Yeah, look, maybe long term. Maybe next year. Are they doing a presentation or are they just coming to... I'm not going to be defeated by these damn cookies. Panda's used to the cheering crowds. What sort of sport are we talking about? Are you going to go to a restaurant? I see. Are you going to live stream it? Or is this something that happens afterwards? Yeah, what sport, Panda? Let me guess. Fencing. Football. Football.
Lacrosse.
Yeah, all across. Ah, you knew. It was either going to be fencing or competitive fishing. I do occasionally attempt to watch American football and understand it, but every time I do, I fail. They won't be cooking. They'll be streaming from PAX and from the restaurant. Awesome. Yeah. So look, maybe next year, because like you know how they do the open call for panels or whatever. I can't remember which year. I'm actually wearing a PAX t-shirt right now. There you go. What year is this? 2016. Hex and Barjo and I think Tripod did a food, like a cooking panel where they actually cooked live on stage. Yeah, maybe we should do a. See if they want to do a. Maybe we should do a panel or something. Ah, Panda. For some reason, I didn't know that. That's awesome. This, if you ignore COVID, this is the first year that I'll be missing PAX. I've been to every single one up until this point. I need a bowl. And I remember when they announced PAX was coming to Australia, we just couldn't believe it. It was like, it's not really what happens in Australia. Yeah, it is intimidating. You're right. Well, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Because we've discussed the social anxiety challenges before on this channel, and for me, I always find it always decreases almost exactly at halfway through the engagement, like the social engagement. So it'll be the worst part is waiting and going. And then once you're there, it's still no good. But then about halfway through, it changes in my brain. And it's so consistent that now it sort of doesn't help ease the anxiety beforehand, but I know this, like I can put it in a register in my head and say, like, it's going to be unpleasant, but it will feel good, at least for the half, the last half, and then afterwards I'll feel really happy with myself that I didn't like pull out, like avoid it. So 1.5 cups of ginger snap crumbs, half a cup of brown sugar. That's pretty much what that is. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Do you go to PAX, Panda? Oh, yes, that sounds worse. But I certainly do know the overanalyzing. It's like, I remember so many things that people don't. And I remember everything I said, and it's like, oh, man. And then, like, actually, literally last night I was thinking about something that I'd said literally a decade ago. And I was like, oh, I feel bad about that. But most people don't remember. Most people are generally focused on themselves. Crumbs, brown sugar, salt, and now 1/4 cup of butter, and we're going to melt it. Ah, Panda cosplays. Interesting. What's the theme? The only real costume I have is my Jedi robes. And the problem with cosplaying, for me at PAX anyway, like, because it's in a different city, it's in summer. It's just like the logistics are not awesome, and I don't want to be like that uncomfortable for 3 days. My watch is about to die. It's no good at all. This year was Marvel. Interesting. So Ding Bonham is a big Marvel fan. I have to say that I have not kept up with the Marvel universe. That's about 1/2 cup. Yeah, exposure therapy can help. I don't know though. Like, I mean, it. Like for me, I mean, it. You think if I like, what am I? 37. You think I'd be over it by now? Melt the butter. I wish I was. Certainly a lot better than I was. I think the Hulk, Spider-Man. I can't pick it, Panda. Yeah, so I'd cosplay as a Jedi. I was considering doing some sort of a Witcher outfit at some point. But then, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Actually, I reckon one of the best, like low effort but also legit cosplay things I've seen, and it's not just at PAX. Like you'll see them around, like those people that get the plumb bobs, like the Sims plumb bob headbands with the clear springs and the emerald plumb bob. When I saw those things for the first time, it made me laugh. Like, actually made me lol. And it's like perfect because it's exactly what it should look like. And all you have to do is put a headband on. Jeez, that's heaps of people. That's a huge amount of people. Did you win? That is crazy. Like that amount of people, like that is close to the biggest gig that I've like. I think when I saw Daft Punk in Sydney, I think that was 30,000, maybe not even more than 30,000. I can't quite remember. But that, I mean, yeah, that's just off the chart. Well, that's lucky. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Jeez. Yeah, I suppose it would change the change your perspective on things, wouldn't it? 44 to 17, and I'm just assuming that's a good score. I need a little pie tin. Hello, Carl. Because what do you get when you, like, a touchdown is like 4 points? I think when you kick a goal, that's 1 point. I need a smallish. Yeah, I don't have enough mixture. My what? My purple tin. It's not enough mixture for that. Yes, that is a very good score. Excellent. Many touchdowns were had. Many penalties. I saw on what was it? They were talking about the company that worked out the because in American football there's that line that they superimpose on the field. I think, like, it shows where they run from, and then also like how much how much gains they've made on it, and so that. But the thing, like, you watch it, and then because it's digital, like it's obviously digital, less obviously now. But you know, if a player runs over the top of it, it looks like the line is on the field. And I think what they were saying, it was like cost them $10,000 a game or something to get this company to do this digital line overlay or something. A field goal is 3 points. Touchdown is 6 points. Extra point is 1. Okay. And it used to be these guys that ran around, like, they have these big lollipops. They kind of look like big archery targets. That's where you know they ran to. But yeah, NFL is like just leagues beyond. You know, they have like those spider cams that zoom around and like on a net over the top of the field. And then you watch it and you're like, man, everyone's really excited and I just don't understand what's going on. Pear. Now, Ultimate Frisbee, on the other hand, actually, I don't really know much about that either. Ultimate Frisbee, yeah, is a it seems to me like a combination between American football and soccer. Yeah. So it's like faster than American football, which seems to be really quite slow. So it's got the speed of soccer, but the point scoring of American football, plus frisbees. So I think they're onto a winning combination with that one. Haven't had a pear for a while, I'll tell you that much. Sup, Haz Jazz? Welcome to the dang stream. We were just talking about frisbee. Hello, Suddy. And colour. What's the haps, Haz Jazz? We're just making a pear and ginger crumble, and we are then going to do some onion rings. It's actually, yeah, not going to take all that long. Have you done any more stream? I haven't seen any Arctic Monoceros streams recently. Oh, I just nicked myself there. That's annoying. It's the only way you'll learn to respect a sharp blade. Wolfie is making vegetarian chili con carne. What's the base? Are we talking like chickpeas, or you're just sticking with the beans, or what? Oh, that's okay. Ah, means I get to use my my ouch command. Ouch. Oh yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a like a Dead Souls "You died" screen for any time I like cut myself. It's got to be more than 9 times. So I'm going to stop. Hang on, I have to put a band-aid on, otherwise I'll gross out the viewers. All right, just one moment. We will be right back.
The sandwich is practically an American institution. It is a basic essential for lunch boxes, parties, and picnics. As far as these boys are concerned, well, hamburgers and hot dogs are their idea of a really good meal. But there are sandwiches and sandwiches. When Sally Gasco and her mother bring guests home for a late snack after a movie, they have something special in the way of a sandwich in mind. Sally calls it tuna rarebit. Let's watch how she makes it. This is a sandwich for forks, an open-face creation, in other words, with a cheese, milk, and tuna fish mixture on top. The basis will be rye bread, Mother's idea. She found that the spicy caraway flavor made a good contrast to the bland fish and cheese. So the edges won't harden and curl when toasted, and so they'll be easier to eat later. She cuts them lightly with a knife. Sally puts a cube, about a square inch, of butter into the top of a double boiler. A little butter finds its way into a great many dishes in this kitchen, not only for flavor, but as a blending agent. Part of the trick to entertaining unexpected guests is keeping on hand certain generally useful foods. One of these is cheese of an easy melting type, which Sally is going to use as a base for the rarebit. To speed the melting, she cuts this into slices in the milk and butter mixture, while Mother butters the bread. The simmer flame keeps the water boiling gently while the cheese is melting, so that Sally can go on to other tasks. She adds the canned chunk-style tuna fish, and notice that she uses a wooden spoon to avoid discoloration of the mixture. Although the tuna rarebit is fairly substantial food in itself, it is a good idea to add something for variation in color and texture. Mother is making a salad dish: celery, radishes, olives, and pickles. Sally adds potato chips to the menu. They used to be exclusively picnic fare, but they've joined the host of useful accessory foods which make entertaining so much easier and more fun for teenagers. The bread was toasted quickly in the broiler, and the rarebit is nearly ready to serve. Let's see, what will be the beverage? Mother thinks she...
All right, we have returned. That one can go away too. Yeah, nut meat. So that was a bit of a revelation. Mum did these nut meat patties, and like in the past, I think like in Australia at least, there's this brand Nuttolene, but this is like a 1970s sort of like formulation of it, and the newer versions of nut meat are a lot better. Let's put it that way. I'm going to have to put these into... Oh, is it going to be enough? No, I don't think it is. Patty pans. And I might even put little cupcake... Oh no, where are they going to be? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No. Actually, you know what? No, this will work better. Yeah, the nut roast is pretty convincing as well, I gotta say. Okay. So I want to keep some of the stuff for the top. It smells good. I might even sprinkle some cinnamon on top. Ugh. Hello, Wetty. Traveling for you'll be like the Arctic rhinoceros of Australia, always on the road. Doing business. A squeeze of lemon. These are Jess's lemons, and I can confirm they're really good. Will your work be there? Oh, right. Okay, a very simple peach sooty. Stop it. Peach-themed dessert. I mean, food. That goes to one side.
Do you think biscuits or other?
It's up to you.
What have they last had?
Probably wet food.
Got some fresh biscuits.
Yeah, the cats generally
They like variety.
they like variety.
I like finding them different flavors.
Yeah.
And it is Friday after all.
It is. So this song, I don't know how it came up. It's from a movie I haven't seen called Eddie the Eagle, which is about a ski jumper, an Olympic ski jumper. The reason why I added it to my library was because I was like, this is just like modern Vangelis. But it's a true story. And apparently this guy was from England, had never had any experience in doing ski jumping at the Winter Olympic, competitively, but somehow got into the Winter Olympics and then did, participated. He did the jump and made the land. And then the Olympic Committee changed the rules after that to say no more amateurs can participate because it was just like an embarrassment or something. Anyway, apparently he's like a British hero. and there's a movie about it. Anyway, that's a little side story for you.
I like stories.
Let's make some grits. What pot does grit go in? The old grit pot. That's how they say it in America. But first, we fry We fry some sausage and we fry some shrimp. And just for reference, I don't care about the Olympics all that much. I just finally got around to researching the story of a song that I've had on my playlist for like, I don't know, half a year or something. Barry995 has followed. Welcome. And thank you very much for the follow. What brings you here? What's the haps in Beartown? We're about 3/4 of the way through, I'm going to say. Pretty straightforward evening, pretty quiet evening. And it's a long weekend for us here in Australia.
Actually, just in New South Wales and East
Aw, I take that back.
somewhere else.
Sorry, Wolfie.
Yeah, because Melbourne just had a 4-day weekend last week.
Yeah, so how's this? Back to the sports thing. If you're still around, DC Panda, our Victoria, the state of Victoria, they get a day off when there's the grand final for the Australian Football League grand final. What's going on with that? That's not right. Well, if I don't know much about American football, I actually know less about Australian AFL. Just never really got into it. Or cricket. But that's just me. So, fry up some sausage. Now let's just check what we got here. Two cloves of garlic. So now we're making the kind of like the mix-ins for the grits. That's a bit loud. And I'm pleased to report the garlic in the garden is looking very good. Still got a couple of months to go on that. I think December at the earliest. But we've got some mighty fine garlic on the way. Depending on the weather, there may be a garden stream this weekend. There's more planting I need to get done. And we may even get to spend some time out in the garden with Angst, who has returned from the dead. Haven't seen him today, but he did show up, and he is not looking well, but he has been eating and he's been sleeping in the shed. So it's better than nothing, I guess. And I spent some time day before yesterday, or yesterday in the evening, just sitting with him. He was sitting in the sun. He decided that the best place to sit to catch the sun was on top of a rake that was lying flat over the garden. It's not what I would have picked, but yeah, he's not well. Not well at all. Want some crisp on the sausage. The prawns are from frozen today. Garlic, paprika, and what else? And then we just get some parsley on the side. Crisp on the sausage every time. Yeah, injured wildlife is a trying set of circumstances. But so I have some spinach that is ready to go in, a couple of beans potentially, and I'm thinking about going and getting some early season tomato seedlings. I have some coming on from seed, but they're not ready yet. All right, crispy sausage. So we're going to go in with the chopped garlic, the paprika, and the prawn. Zzz. Oh yes. It just instantly smells good. Garlic. Now we're not going to let them go too long, and they're basically going to form like a stir-through. Like a stir-through. And so to go along with this, it'll be pepper, a little bit of salt, and then we'll take them to one side. And do the polenta. It does, but it also gave you an opportunity to reflect and to learn. Yes. And then a bit of butter, he reckons. This is getting a bit out of control, but who am I to argue? Half of that. Oh, that's my bread knife. It's now my butter knife. And this is what will be lubricating the polenta. I'm going to turn the heat off now. Cool. Next kitchen stream, I hope to have a third camera, just as an experiment. I'm not saying it's going to become a permanent fixture, but we're just going to play around with that.
You already have 3 cameras.
Fourth camera. You know, I just wonder how interesting it is to see over the kitchen sink, but we'll give it a go. Cool. So I'm just getting these out of the pot because I don't want the prawns to cook anymore. Yep. I'm going to reuse this pot. Polenta, not grits, technically, but in a mighty fine jar, courtesy of Shelley. We want 1 cup of cornmeal to 1 litre of water. Okay, let's do that. Okay, we're looking good. Onions. Oh yes, ooh. Not part of the stream, but I'm making some bread, as I often do. And so this is its second rise. You know what, actually, let's do it, because I'll forget to once I finish the stream. Bread will form part of next week's theme, which is peasant cooking. How is bread formed? How is babby formed? How bread get baked? Yeah, Shelley finds that funny. What? Oh, bought bean hammer. What a fine title. Yeah. You've never what?
I want to hammer my fork.
Yeah, you do want to hammer the bought beans. That's what I want to do. That's how you do. That's how you do them right. Well, I'm gonna need a bit of flour. Pregaganant. Yeah. I was going to say I missed the early internet, but I think that's like early 2000s. Really? Well, yeah, I suppose it is old now. You're right. What a fool I've been.
That was like 20 years ago.
Oh.
It feels like the 80s was still like.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we about to be subject to this? All of a sudden, we're all out of date with our knowledge. Probably. So you can see that I'm not really being too careful about how I'm forming this, because what's going to happen is... That's why Wolfie doesn't understand the reference. Kids these days. Because it's going to rise again, and it's going to fill itself out. Like, my bread journey has just been about not finding ways to cut corners. It's been about finding the things that don't actually matter. And this will rise completely, so it's fine. And if it looks a bit weird, we call that rustic. So that will probably take another hour or two. I'm going to put it on the coffee machine. You can just search "how is babby formed" if you don't know what Google is. Between 4 and 2000. Yeah, that is pretty young. That is pretty young. That's right, Doomshine. You said it. It was a mother-in-law who killed her 3 babbies. Was it because the babbies could not frict back? good. Yeah, we should keep an eye out for white, like actual grits. Hominy grits as well. Sign me up. Yeah, it takes me back too. A lot of classics. Like I remember when the ooh, that polenta's going a bit. Let's put a lid on it. Yes. Yeah, in a time when the question could be, did you see it on Newgrounds rather than is it on YouTube? It is blipping away. It's absolutely blipping away. I can hear a wattle bird getting hostile. You stay away, Sooty. You leave it alone. I can see you. Stupid cat. All right. So onion rings. Let's heat the oil. Now I think I'm going to use a bigger pot this time around. So I could do a couple at a time. Oh yeah, but the challenge is, do I have enough oil? Oh no! Have I made a miscalculation? No, I haven't. It's the children that are wrong. I would imagine so. I saw an Uncle Roger and Adam Liao did a collab. So presumably he was in Australia, maybe for a tour, I'm not sure. But yeah. Thing I like about yeah, it was unusual. Presumably whoever owns Adam Liao paid for all of that for him to come across and do it. Yeah, the impressive thing about Uncle Roger is, like, his stand-up is all right, like his alter ego. But for someone who has, like, capitalized on just the one gag consistently, made a lot of money out, and just has not changed the format at all. And what is it, like 2 years now, 3 years maybe even? And it's still going, and it's still getting the hits. Oh, he flew, did he? Okay. Well, we got Boomshine's it's given us the Uncle Roger Insider. But he's well, uh-oh. Cat battle. Come on, Carl. You just listen to the calming music, Whitey. See? You just go to sleep. Let your worries drift away. That can come off. That is up. I'm sorry?
Daylight savings takes effect.
Oh. I do like a bit of daylight savings. Onion rings. I almost cut it in half. Alright, this way. Yeah. Are you interested, Boomshine? So I sent you that link. If you want to try out some Dungeons and Dragons, I think we can do some like casual one-shot. It looks to me like each one of the stories would take like a couple of hours, and I could set you up a character sheet like just with the base stats, and so we can just we can do the storytelling and the character building, backstory and all of that. But I can sort it out so that we could get started quite quickly, if that is any interest to you. Yeah, well, so I am at the moment an artificer, which is, oh, I cut that way too deep. A newer class. Shelley's a paladin. So it's all up to you. But you're not limited to just one thing, you know, so... Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. Do we have any other D&D players in chat? This is, not something I've done extensively, but have done say occasionally in the past. Automaton, so like a so you want to be thinking about like what are we talking about here? Because you can set subclasses and automaton. Is automaton a class or like a subclass? I'm not fully across it. Maybe even Zoidenborgen can participate. What I like about my... Oh, broke that one. What I like about my class... Man, I've just ruined the... It'll be right. The artificer, at my next level, I get to call a companion, essentially. So it's an automaton, so I have to build it out of some sort of mechanical... Well, it's a mechanical companion whose heart is some sort of object that I imbibe with magic. And I will send it forth to do my bidding. Steampunk droid with magical constructs, yes. That sounds good. I quite like the steampunk side of things in this context. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that will do. Yeah. Oh. Hopefully Arctic Monoceros has fallen asleep because I threw out my onion. I put into the compost my onion bits. We won't be wasting the rest of it, I'll tell you. So the reason why I got the Candlekeep Mysteries is because, yeah, that's like 17 short, one shot, fairly straightforward, so I started reading through it. Oh no, he's there, god damn it. Police! Well, live and learn, people. Grits. Yeah, that's pointer, all right. Yep. Turning the heat off that, and they can just sit. We'll reinvigorate them with some water and butter when the time comes. Fetus enchilada, delicious. Welcome to the stream. What brings you here? Compost. I mean, so I actually just. What was it like? No, it was about a month ago. So I've unearthed my compost and put it on the garden beds. So it really does take a lot of kitchen scraps to make. This was only like 40 litres or something that I managed to make out of it, and that took me a year and a half. So yeah, no, none of it goes to waste, I can assure you. If it doesn't go in stock, it goes into the little compost pot here, and then it goes into the compost bin in the backyard, which then makes its way into the fresh produce. I'm glad you asked. Okay, and now Whitey's just eating the ginger snap remnants. So the breading. I'm actually using a combination I've never used before. So this is based off Kent Rowlands. So he's a genuine, sounds like a genuine cowboy to me. This is milk, sour cream and honey for the water. In the flour dredge we have flour, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and then we'll be crumbing them with breadcrumbs. How does that make you feel? Whitey's just reminded me that we can now put our pear and ginger crumble into the oven. At 180 degrees Celsius. Let's have a look at the oil temperature here. Slowing down. And actually, for our American friends, no wait, how do I change the 204? I'm looking for about 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, Fahrenheit, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we let that go for a bit longer. Quite a flavorful breading that would have been. Yeah. Absolutely, I've never tried it like this before, but the results look good. So I'm wondering if we're close enough to ready to go now. I think we are. Let's do it. Wait, actually, I'll just check the bread and the polenta. Yeah, tempura veg is a winner, especially like with sriracha or something like that, or gochujang. Yes. Okay. Are you a streamer enchilada? Or what? What's your story? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh, I don't have enough room. Fork. So we're going to go mixture, flour, mixture, flour, mixture, breadcrumbs. I'm going to need to wash my... It's too loud. Double breaded, I guess you would say. Yes. Kind of looks like calamari. Yes. This is going to work well. What? Garden and food lover. Ah, excellent. I'm not sure if you were around, but I was just saying we may do a stream from the garden this weekend, depending on the weather. Did I do that twice? Because yes, I am too, and so we do like to get out into the garden. Hot composting, yeah, so this is just really the main challenge at the moment has been, because with my chickens they love compost, and so it's like, do I give it to the chickens or do I put it into the compost? It's sort of 50-50 at the moment, so like my compost grows like at half the speed that it used to. But on the plus side, I get a lot of eggs, and now they're in just... Well, Dottie's still broody at the moment. She may actually have to go... That's actually something I could do on stream, is put Dottie into broody prison. 3 days and 3 nights. She will have to put up with. And then I need to do a hive check for the bees. And we'll definitely be doing some live honey harvesting as well. So keep an eye out for that. But it's been unnaturally rainy where I am. And apparently, so with the La Nina, it's going to continue. It's I couldn't tell you a time where it's been like this. Like last year, I literally watered the garden 3 times. That's not normal for where I am. It was good because I didn't have to water the garden. Yeah. So I want to do a wormery. That is absolutely something that I can add to my setup. I just haven't gotten around to it. But that said, so over the past, what are we saying, like 24 months, with what I've been doing to the soil, the amount of worms that I'm getting is it's really been a good sign. They're really quite happy. They're everywhere. And so I'll just continue with my approach. Are you able to compost in your newish location, Arctic? If you're still there. Yeah, so, and like that plus the chickens. Like if the first year I had the chickens, I didn't notice, but they'd sort of scratched underneath the bottom of the of the compost bin, so they were kind of like using it as a feeder. And so when I went to actually use the compost, it was literally empty, which was kind of disappointing. Arctic doesn't have any garden beds. What about like your little chili pots? Chili pots. It's getting claggy. And sometimes I'll just pour the compost onto a garden bed. It's kind of like on-site composting in a way, especially in summer. Like it's so hot, and at the moment so wet that it just breaks down real quick. It's going to do a homunculus pepper ferment. I don't know if that was intentional, but like my Dungeons and Dragons construct is actually a homunculus servant. Whoops. Wolfie's going in with the purple potatoes. Yes. Are you going to do you'd mentioned the heirloom carrots the other night. Are you going to do some Afghan purples or anything like that? That's exciting. You can get quite a surprising amount of potatoes from one potato. Because you're in a house like with a garden, Wolfie. I'm pretty sure it was. Chilies didn't make it. Yeah, sometimes all of my broccoli, with the exception of one, has already been destroyed for this season. Reinforcing my position on growing brassicas in Canberra. I just can't be stuffed. We'll also do a stream using foraged items. So we will do stinging nettles, which are just coming up crazy at the moment. Some Australian natives that are edible. And so we'll try and make a meal of it. We have done nettle soup here in the past. That was quite a while ago. I think we did it. It was like a leek and stinging nettle soup with walnuts, from memory. Illuminats coming in with the. How many points was that? Why is that happening again? All right, guys, we're almost there. think that would be enough. Cool. Now I can smell the oil, so let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. Chickens love panko breadcrumbs. Wait. I'm not sure if there are more Americans or Australians. Okay, so that's probably a bit too high. That's okay. I'll just turn it off and let it sit for a second. Bad Money? What? No way. Jeez, that's a long time. I was actually thinking about you the other day, which is pretty creepy, I know, but true story. So I started streaming a year in April 2020. Wait, I've been streaming for almost about a year and a half. Wait, is that right? Sounds about right. April 2021. 2022. So 1 year, 2 months. Shelley's been, yeah, so, alright, so, okay, 2.5? No, that doesn't seem right.
Well, it must be.
It must be. What the hell?
Well, it's 2020. It's
2020. Yeah. Okay, so 2.5 years. Give it 2 years and 6 months. Gosh. That's right, because we had the 2-year birthday party in April. So April is the date that I remember. Yeah, come a ways since then, that's for sure. How did you happen in? Because I just thought to myself, whatever happened to Bad Money? Because I thought of throwing bad money after good. Wait, good money after bad? Whatever that saying is. Sorry? Sorry? Yeah. But the reason why I was thinking about that was because I was thinking of bad money after good. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while. What's the story? Okay. Yeah, enchilada. So I'm literally about to finish my WSET 1 course, and I would like a vineyard as well. And if I was growing grapes, I absolutely would do chili and capsicum too. Where I am in Canberra, it's a little bit too cold. Like, you can grow capsicums and chilies, and it's fine. It absolutely works, but they're not. You're never going to get like, here's abundance. It's just a little bit too cold. Okay, crumble is looking good. Grits ready. Oil heated. Prepare for impact. a bit chilly for chilies for sure. Bad Money's moved back to California. dreadful sleep schedule. Yeah, that's a pain. Oh, that's a. I think there's nothing worse than sleeping bad. At all. Makes me sick just thinking about it. Landing pad. All right, so this is going to take some focus. We'll go BRB briefly, and then we're going to fry this up, and then we'll serve up. So we will be done, I reckon, within 15 minutes. Very close to our goal. I haven't. You're just going to have to deal with the sandwich video again. One moment.
The sandwich is practically an American institution. It is a basic essential for lunch boxes, parties, and picnics. As far as these boys are concerned, well, hamburgers and hot dogs are their idea of a really good meal. But there are sandwiches and sandwiches. When Sally Gasco and her mother bring guests home for a late snack after a movie, they have something special in the way of a sandwich in mind. Sally calls it tuna rarebit. Let's watch how she makes it. This is a sandwich for forks, an open-face creation, in other words, with a cheese, milk, and tuna fish mixture on top. The basis will be rye bread, Mother's idea. She found that the spicy caraway flavor made a good contrast to the bland fish and cheese. So the edges won't harden and curl when toasted, and so they'll be easier to eat later. She cuts them lightly with a knife. Sally puts a cube, about a square inch, of butter into the top of a double boiler. A little butter finds its way into a great many dishes in this kitchen, not only for flavor, but as a blending agent. Part of the trick to entertaining unexpected guests is keeping on hand certain generally useful foods. One of these is cheese of an easy melting type, which Sally is going to use as a base for the rarebit. To speed the melting, she cuts this into slices in the milk and butter mixture, while Mother butters the bread. The simmer flame keeps the water boiling gently while the cheese is melting, so that Sally can go on to other tasks. She adds the canned chunk-style tuna fish, and notice that she uses a wooden spoon to avoid discoloration of the mixture. Although the tuna rarebit is fairly substantial food in itself, it is a good idea to add something for variation in color and texture. Mother is making a salad dish: celery, radishes, olives, and pickles. Sally adds potato chips to the menu. They used to be exclusively picnic fare, but they've joined the host of useful accessory foods which make entertaining so much easier and more fun for teenagers. The bread was toasted quickly in the broiler, and the rarebit is nearly ready to serve. Let's see, what will be the beverage? Mother thinks she'll give the guests a choice of Coke or milk. When you can offer guests a choice easily, it's a gracious gesture. Now it's time to serve. 2 slices of toast are neatly arranged on each plate, and the filling, or perhaps we should say covering, goes on top. Sally knows you should serve cream dishes with extra caution, and effective carelessness here is no asset. Mother is a great believer in the aesthetic value of parsley And of course, it's good to eat, too. Now, a touch of Tabasco for color and a taste surprise. And there's tuna rarebit a la Sally Gasco. As we said, there are sandwiches and sandwiches. A wise young homemaker using good techniques and equipment and a little imagination can turn a sandwich into festive fare.
I think you should ask Shelley if that whether she collects seashells by the seashore. All right, let's fry some damn rings. Looking for about 310, I think, Fahrenheit. Man, what's with this bloody imperial nonsense, I tell you? Wait, we're talking about Rakoto. Interesting, so... let's have a look at that one. Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen these. Yeah, they kind of look like apples. So, yeah, that's because... so, looking at the distribution on the map there, can't remember exactly what latitude I'm at, but the lower half... so, on Chile, the lower half of Chile, if that's good for it. Yeah, that would work in Canberra. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to change the scene. Oh. All right. These will not take long. I just want a bit more heat. Damn straight, we'll fry some damn rings. If that's not trending on Twitter tomorrow, I don't know what's wrong with the world.
Well, there's another good thing online called Does It Fry?
Is it
I've shared you.
Is it a spin-off of Does It Blend?
I think you asked me that when I shared it to you. I don't remember. But he's this hilarious English dude, and he just had this little series where
Yes.
it's like, does it fry? Like anything, and he would try.
Most things do.
Like deep fried Subway sub.
Yeah, that's the one we watched. Yeah, that was good fun.
Deep fried cheesecake and stuff.
Yep. So I don't know if it's a thing in America, but we in Australia apparently for some reason will do deep fried Mars bars.
I think they have that at county fairs.
Right. Well, they're really good. You regret it later
I don't
on.
think I've ever eaten a deep fried Mars bar.
I can see you eating a deep fried Mars bar.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see Shelley getting on one of them.
I don't know where I have it.
Enchilada. I'll look that up. I'll see if there's any around. Can you fry popping candy? That is a good question.
You need to try that.
Yeah.
Oh, big ass bag.
Do I want to do that after I have? Would I put?
Do it right now.
Would we batter them though? Like what sort of batter?
Well, you would normally batter them, yes.
Yeah.
Like dip it in
You know what? That's it. Why has that not occurred to me? So that is a good.
That sounds dangerous.
That does sound dangerous.
What if they pop out of the oil?
Into my eye.
I could see that happening. Actually, that would get the hits, so perhaps
It
we
would
should
get
do
the
that.
hits. Look, anyone getting hurt or deep frying or boobies, that's what you need on the internet. That's what gets the traffic. Okay, what about a stream that is just deep frying stuff? I just know I'm gonna regret it. Oh. Good suggestion. Alright, enough of this nonsense. More heat.
Makes me want to check on my city.
Yeah. Makes me want to eat some poppin' candy. Where's my frying spoon? What inspired this? So we are loosely following along. This week is we're cooking from Helen Exum's Chattanooga cookbook, which is apparently a really popular cookbook in the United States, which I found randomly at a book fair for $1, and it was just nothing you'd ever find in Australia, you know, like on the shelves, kind of thing. And so I got that. I really like historical American cooking, so that is the theme of this week, which we're wrapping up. Next week, we are doing dinners for $10 or under. Because Zoidenberger, who's not in chat at the moment, has decided he needs to rein in his spending. And he wanted examples. So that's what we're going to do.
Are you going to cook from this cookbook?
Say, yeah, we could cook with Save with Jamie.
Yeah, they're only $10 and under recipes.
I actually have never cooked with. I own a lot of
Never cooked with this.
I don't think so. I own a lot of cookbooks, and I don't know if I've ever cooked from Cook with Jamie's cookbook. Mince and onion pie, yes, I like the idea of that. American hot pizza pie. It's a bit of a misnomer because they're not pies, are they? Pork ragu. The pork here. Ham. Pork's not particularly cheap in Australia. Neither is lamb. Interesting. Quick Chinese wrap. That's a Shelley specialty. Okay, so this is like buy the whole chicken rather than you definitely save a lot of money. Enchilada says we have Kool-Aid chicken wings. No. Soft serve in a watermelon slice. I'll return to that topic in a second. Bacon wrapped turkey wings. Yep. Burgers with donuts as the buns. Deep fried Twinkies. I would be interested in.
What? Is that what you're having for dinner?
I hope so. Oh, crispy. All right.
Soft serve in a watermelon sounds awesome.
It does. So because we're in Southeast Asia, one of my favourite things at the moment is this bizarre combination. Let's say I was under the influence at the time that I decided to make this particular flavour mix, but
Oh yeah, apple
yeah,
yogurt.
passion fruit frozen yogurt. Oh,
Sour apple.
yeah, sour apple jelly. Hang on.
Bring it up on
Yeah. I'll
Actually, I
Shelley will
want
know.
that.
Yeah, sour green apple, sour watermelon gummies, two sorts of
Yeah, wait, this is the Shelley and Sam special from, where is it from? Wait, where's the camera at?
It's over here.
What is the place called?
Frogurt Berry.
Yoga Berry.
Yoga Berry. So just for background, in Australia we have a lot of frozen yogurt places like you do in America, but
But they're more Asian.
yeah, it's all generally it's Asian themed.
Yeah, so at Yoga Berry, the deal is passion fruit frozen yogurt, watermelon frozen yogurt, gummy watermelon slices with sour worms and green apple jelly.
That'll hit the spot.
And I've been getting what I call the chocolate blast, which is chocolate brownie frozen yogurt, Nutella frozen yogurt with Maltesers and chocolate chips and dark chocolate sauce. It's good. Can recommend.
Yeah, so I picked my combination, and it was one of those decisions that turned out to be a good decision, and now that's all I get. But I really like Southeast Asian style desserts.
And watermelon frozen,
Yeah.
which, I could give or take.
You got to be in the mood, like watermelon Gatorade or whatever.
Oh no, it's just such an artificial flavour.
Yeah, it's like artificial grape. Okay, so chat, what is everyone's favorite artificial, like fake flavor? What do we need to know? Because I reckon proper like Hubba Bubba grape, and then like good fake watermelon. Whipped cream on watermelon, excellent. Oh, cherry, yes. So good,
yeah, I do like that.
good cherry. You're right, Evie. Cherry, yes.
Cherry is the
Cherry's-
supreme flavour.
Yeah. Man, I want. Maybe we should order some of that after this. It is Friday after all, as Shelley would say.
Isn't there ginger nut pear thing?
Yep.
That's what I call it.
All right.
Why is that so funny?
How crispy do these look? Looks like some crispy onion rings if ever I saw them. Stop it. All-time flavor is orange. Favorite flavor is orange. I agree with you.
Oh, banana also, yeah.
I had a hankering